Hi, this is Rebecca Dixon-Martin doing the ECS 210 Summary of Learning Digital Story. Winter 2019. First, I want to talk about my understandings. In the first lecture, we talked about common sense, and then we also reflected that in our blog. Main important detail was Shiro. He was defining common sense. So, as you can see, I made a mind map to blog number 1 and then some of the ideas that I talked about in blog number 1. So some things to think about is community, that every community is different and every idea of common sense is different within a community. And then also I put majority, saying which kind of has a relationship to community, how common sense is agreed amongst a majority and that they decide what is right and wrong. And then also the stuff you learn what is right and wrong connects to knowledge, which is an idea of that we are always constantly learning and getting things embedded into our mind. Then lifestyle, of course, is why I underlined it, is because it's one of the most important ones, that different lifestyles entail different types of common sense. And then also going back to Shiro, the systems, he stated that he went away and it was just easier to adapt to their thing instead of trying to change the system. So is it always good to adapt to change or try to change a system for the better good? And then going back to lifestyle, I talked again about how sometimes it's just easier to, if you understand someone's lifestyle, you can understand their common sense and you can understand the person in a different way. So this is just a little bit about my understandings with common sense as a main focus in my blog number 1. The question everyone asks themselves and that are getting asked about the book of curriculum and how you are going to approach the curriculum as a teacher. Comparing to my blog number 3 and what we have learned in class, about the educational theorist, I just want to read one of the quotes quickly that has inspired me of what type of teacher I want to be. The ultimate aim of education is to enable individuals to become architects of their own education and through that process to continue reinvent themselves. So as you can see at the bottom here, we have students taking their knowledge and building the house that they want to build, and also their house meaning their knowledge and what they're learning, because they are in control of their learning. And then as you can see in the corner, they are reinventing themselves. So it is a different color, it's purple and these are blue, to show the difference. And then they also have some old ideas that they have in there, because you have to use the information you already know but still reinvent yourself and continuously build on yourself. So I believe that the teachers are the tool givers and they are there to help kids succeed. Here we are again looking at the book of curriculum, approaching curriculum. I talked about Elliot, where he was talking about how our students are architects and we are the ones giving them tools and trying to help them build their learning. But not every student can just be handed the tools. We need to help them in the type of learning that they are, and that is connecting to blog number 2 and blog number 4. Blog number 2 talks about the traditional ways of teaching students and how we need to conquer that and think of other ways to show our students so that they succeed more. Blog number 4 is talking about the good student, so the one that just takes all the information. You don't really have to work hard to teach that student. So I drew a couple of ways children are different learners and how I would want to implement new things into my classroom. So we have hands-on learner, we have visual learner, we still have the bottom with Elliot where you would give the tools, which kind of goes out to every student. You give them the tools, you're trying to help them learn who they are and what they should be doing and what they should be building. I also talk about number 6, which is the learning place, blog number 6, which I see as trying to use different mediums, again going in with other blogs. Blog number 7 is talking about treaty ed and how that treaty ed shouldn't be such a separate thing, because First Nations people's history is our history. We are all together, we've been here together, that it all should go into one. It's not a separate history. We're in that history together. Blog number 8 talks about what makes a good citizen and that we are combing students to be good citizens. and how they can give back to the city or community they may be in. And then I also just show some hidden curriculum in the picture and some other ways with some of the courses I've already taken to be a good teacher. I did put a big tree there because there isn't that much in environmental based into getting the kids more learning about that. To conclude my summary of learning digital story, I have wrote down some challenges and questions for myself. Some challenges is maybe my biased views, European ways, and what do I see or me. So as a Canadian white woman and learning in Euro-traditional ways, how can I implement a different perspective in my classrooms to help my students? Some questions I asked is, how can I make a positive change? What can I do better to help my students? And the importance in our classroom. What should I be focusing in on our classroom? What do my learners need the best? What is the right way to teach? Who is benefiting from what I am teaching them? What values do we hold? And I just wanted to make one important thing is our history. It's always our history with First Nations and us is one history. It's not two separate histories. It's supposed to be one history. How can I implement that in my classroom and make that a thing? That is one thing I really took from this course, is that it's not two separate histories. It's one history, and it is a very important history.